within the next 48 hours, there's something that we're all about to experience. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your color, your race, your religion, your gender, your demographics. It doesn't matter. At 12 a.m., April 1st, you're going to move into uncharted territories. So you can't say, I'm going to stay here in March because this is where I'm comfortable. No, you're going to move. Time doesn't move you. God moves you. He's the force behind your movement. And the reason why he's moving you is because he's moving. So when I feel God moving in my life, or I feel a shift in the atmosphere, or even when I know that a new season is approaching, there is a particular chapter in the Bible that I run to. And this chapter is Joshua chapter 1, verses 1 through 9. These verses, they become my foundation. They become my fortress. They are my creed. See, not only is God speaking to Joshua about his new leadership role, he's also sharing with us some principles about movement and how we should move when a new season approaches, when God is moving us over into new territory. So with that being said, let me give you a visual about the month of April. See, the month of April is not only a month on a calendar or a particular season, it is territory. It is, as I said, uncharted territory. So let me explain something to you about the value of April being an uncharted territory. If you look through the entire Bible, you will see that there was always a constant battle over land. Even to this day, there's always a constant battle over land. And most of the time, people battle over land because they understand that there are hidden treasures or resources in that land. Plus, the more land you have, the more wealth you have as well. So consider this when you're going into the month of April. There's going to be a battle between the kings in the month of April. A battle between the powers of sin and the powers of peace. Both of them want you to be their subjects. And the unfortunate key to this is many are moving into the month of April blinded, not even knowing this. And when you are blinded, you could easily find yourself becoming the subject to the prince of sin. See, God knew this. So this is why he made it very clear to Joshua, this one particular thing. He starts off before he even talks about anything else, a strategy or a plan. He says this one important thing, and it caught my attention when I saw this, because I'm saying to myself, I thought we dealt with this dead matter. But here God brings it up again in Joshua chapter 1. He tells Joshua, Moses is dead. And I'm sure Joshua is saying, okay, Lord, I know this because I'm still mourning his loss. See, God was saying more to Joshua than probably what he realized in that moment. See, he was saying to him the same thing he's telling us in this moment. I'm moving you on. And the way that you did things in the past, the mindset that you had, or even the people that you associated with, even though they were good in that season, they no longer have effectiveness in this season. They're dead. You got to leave those things behind, Joshua. You got to leave those things behind, my friend. Your Moses is dead. God is telling you that I'm going to give you a new way of doing things. My foundation remains the same. My covering will never leave you. But the strategy and plan that I have for you in this season will change. And because of that, you're going to have to unlace some people from your life. You're going to have to close the curtains on some mindsets that you have. Even though those things may have been good for you, they won't be godly for you in this new season. So when we get ready to move over into new territories, the first thing that we got to realize is that the Moses that we had in our last season is dead. Some people can't go. Some mindsets can't go. Some behaviors can't go. I want to give you an example. I was in my church for 10 years. And in my mind, I was going to stay in my church for the rest of my life because I was being fed there. But then there came a time where I could feel God shifting me and moving me from out of my church seat that I always sat in every Sunday. And I couldn't understand why do I feel so uncomfortable in my own church? It was good, it was godly, and I was being fed. God was saying, it's time to move. This shepherd has protected you and fed you enough. It is time for you to go out in the fields. You got to get on that uncharted path. You got to put on a new coat for me and walk in a way that I've never called you to walk in before. I didn't like it, but I knew that that was what God was calling me to. God is calling you to something. And right now it looks uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable. And you may feel like you're not even qualified to do it. I'm going to tell you something right now. You're in a good position. Because when you feel unqualified, that means that now you can surrender everything to God. And He's going to be able to move through your life. And you're going to realize you was qualified all along. It just took that surrender so that you could receive more of God to get things done. But the point is, when you get ready to move over, you got to let that dead Moses